100,000 people have been martyred in the past few years. And in aggregate, we find that more than 5 lakh people, 500,000 people have been eliminated, murdered, killed, martyred by the Indian forces. People have been killed in custody, people have been tortured, rape is being used as a weapon of war, pellets and pellet guns are used, and the youth of Jammu and Kashmir have been blinded through those pellets. And the cause of all this is that the people demand their right to self-determination, which had been promised to them by India, by Pakistan, by the international community through United Nations Security Council resolution. So they have been asking for it, for the implementation of these resolutions. And India does not want anyone to speak out and talk about a plebiscite, a right of self-determination of the people of Jammu and Kashmir. They want a silence in Jammu and Kashmir. They want only one thing there, that everybody should chant, Jammu and Kashmir is an integral part of India. Rajiv Gandhi said, the people of Jammu and Kashmir have participated in so many elections, so there remains no need of a plebiscite under the auspices of United Nations. But India needs to be asked, can an election conducted by the Indian Election Commission be a substitute for the UN-conducted right to self-determination, UN-conducted plebiscite? No. So the second dimension of the Kashmir issue is that the people of Jammu and Kashmir want the right to self-determination.
Unfortunately, the Kashmiri people have not been able to exercise this right during the last 78 years due to Indian intransigence, despite the fact that the relevant UN Security Council resolutions call for the grant of this inalienable right. In accordance with Article 25 of the UN Charter, all member states, and I quote, agree to accept and carry out the decisions of the Security Council in accordance with the present Charter, unquote. Besides, the UN Security Council resolutions can only be invalidated by fulfillment of the obligation, consent of the parties, or a subsequent resolution or decision of the Security Council. In the absence of any of these conditions, India cannot renege on its solemn commitment to the United Nations, and above all to the Kashmiri people, regarding a free and impartial plebiscite under the UN auspices. As Jammu and Kashmir is an international dispute, India's legislature or its judiciary have no right to take unilateral measures against the will of the other parties to the dispute. Ladies and gentlemen, in the face of India's ceaseless efforts to subjugate Kashmiris, Pakistan remained determined to play its role to support the right to self-determination of the Kashmiri people. Our strong and steadfast moral, political, and diplomatic support for the Kashmiri people will continue till the realization of this inalienable right. Before I conclude, I must congratulate Ambassador Khalid Mahmood, Ambassador Suhail Mahmood, and their team at the Institute of Strategic Studies on establishment of the Kashmir Resource Center. I am confident that the center will offer a useful repository of knowledge for the researchers, students, and readers. And I thank you all. The hearts of their men.
with every tear shed and every voice raised.
Even for the first time, the High Commissioner of Human Rights came with a statement for his release, and this human rights defenders, special rapporteur,